네, 안녕하세요. 우리 워스드 학생을 위해서 사과 읽기 영상 완전 빠른 버전을 만들어 보겠습니다. 빠르게 영어만 읽어드리겠습니다. 워스드 학생 녹음할 때 도움이 되시길 바라겠습니다. 그러면 들어가 보겠습니다. 오케이. 본문 1. Let's go. Last winter, my family and I visited Penang Island, Malaysia. I had always been interested in Malaysia because it is a multicultural country where Chinese, Indian, Islamic, and traditional Malay cultures coexist with European influences. In addition, we chose Penang as our destination because it is famous for its street art, something that both my mother and I are interested in. Penang is a tropical island located off the northwest coast of Malaysia. Its capital, Georgetown, was built by British settlers in the late 18th century and named after King George III. As a center of trade between the East and the West, Georgetown has been home to a diverse population for a long time and has many beautiful, historically important buildings for these reasons. It is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. In the last week of January, my family and I flew to Penang as soon as we entered Georgetown. I was struck by its unique beauty. European and Asian-style buildings stood side by side, and many buildings looked neither completely Western nor completely Eastern, but a mixture of the two. Having left our luggage at the hotel, my family and I walked around the city. First, we stopped at a nearby restaurant and had asam laksa for lunch. Laksa is a spicy noodle soup that blends Chinese and Malay cuisine. People from different regions and cultures have invented different types of laksa. Laksa. Penang asam laksa is made with fresh seafood and has a sour, spicy taste. At first, I thought it looked like kalguksu in a Korean ramen sauce, but with a strange smell. When I tasted it, however, I found it was really delicious. The soup was very rich, and its sour, spicy taste was very refreshing. After finishing lunch, we visited some famous old buildings, among them my favorite was Blue Mansion, a large luxurious house built in the 19th century painted는 다음 문장. Painted in vivid blue and built in a style that combined Chinese and European architecture. It was both beautiful and unique at the same time. Yay. Okay, next. The next day, we went to see some impressive historical temples first. We stopped by the Captian Kelling Mosque, the largest mosque in Georgetown. Visitors wearing shorts are not allowed to enter, so I had to borrow a long skirt to get in. Then we went to see Sarima Mariamman Temple, which is covered with colorful carving of countless Hindu gods and goddesses. Lastly, we visited Kangmoksi, the largest Buddhist temple in Malaysia, located in a suburb of Georgetown. It was terrific to see how all these different religious temples coexist in the same area. On the third day, we went to Armenian Street. It is called that because many Armenian immigrants moved to this district in the 19th century. However, they did not stay long, and soon Chinese traders replaced them. As a result, many of the buildings on Armenian Street have unusual appearances. They appear to have been designed and begun by Europeans, but decorated and finished by Chinese. Although there were many white buildings, some badly in need of paint, there were also many other buildings painted in yellow, pink, orange, and brick red. The colorfulness and slightly different decoration of the buildings buildings made the whole street look really delightful. We also saw some of Penang's famous street art on Armenian Street and more on nearby Cannon Street. I was amazed by the diverse story of styles of murals. Some of them were quite realistic, while others were artistically simplified or somewhat abstract. A new combined actual things such as a bicycle or a cart with painting on the wall. I was also surprised to learn that these works of art were created not only by local people but also by artists from all parts of the world. A famous mural of two children riding a bicycle, for example, was created by a famous Macedonian artist named Ernest Jararevic. My favorite pieces were the mural of a very large cat and another painting of two cute little owls. Oh, on the last day of our trip, we visited the Little Penang Street Market, a street market that is held on the last Sunday of each month. It was one of the reasons why we decided to take this trip near the end of January. The Little Penang Street Market is known as the best place to see local crafts, and it really was full of beautiful ethnic goods, including clothes, shoes, wood carvings, woven baskets, and much more. The atmosphere was so lively and exciting that the entire event felt more like a small festival than a market. My parents built a small wooden sculpture of a monkey. The seller explained that it was traditional artwork made by orang asli, the inhabitants who have lived in Malaysia longer than anyone else. After having lunch at a food store, we left for the airport. 마지막이에요. On our way home, I thought that Malaysia and Korea might have more in common than I had originally imagined. Like Korea, Malaysia was occupied by other countries, but overcame this tragic history to achieve economic and cultural development. I was deeply impressed by how the Malaysians have embraced their diversity and how it has made their culture richer. Korea is also becoming an increasingly diverse country. The trip to Penang makes me wonder what Seoul will be like in the future. 끝. 모주닥쌤 반복해서 봐주세요. 기말고사 1등급까지는 아니더라도 2등급까지 올려봅시다. 화이팅!